Welcome back, Egyptology lovers. Today we're doing plate 17, a continuation of the Book of the Dead of Ani, or Going Forth by Day, which is what the Egyptians called it. If you don't, I suggest you go and watch plate 16 in order to be able to understand plate 17 going forward. Now we're doing retrograde, again continuing. So what that means is we're starting right over here and working our way from left to right, even though the hieroglyphs are read from right to left. So technically, the way it works, we should start from here, but this is retrograde, which means we're starting the opposite way. Why the Egyptians did this, we don't really have an answer. The only logical explanation is that the text is moving in the direction of the west in which Ani is moving. So that's the only sense we have. But let me go ahead and describe a little bit what's going on in plate 17, and then we can move into the hieroglyphs for the reading. If you want to skip this, and just move over to the reading by streaming over. So what's happening here? We have, first off, is plate 89, chapter 89. This is 3 chapters here. So 89 starts from here, and then it works its way over to there. And then the next chapter starts here, which is a small one, and then another chapter here, and that continues on to there. So let's start on the left and describe. This is chapter 89. You can see there was an error here. The copyist was supposed to put the column behind this, but instead he put it over here, so that was a mistake on the copyist's part. So looking here, we can see that the purpose of this chapter was to enable the ba, which is right here, of the deceased to rejoin his corpse in the god's domain. The vignette depicts Ani's ba clutching a Shen symbol right over here on his feet. All right, now the Shen symbol and hovering over the coffin. The Shen symbol was a ring shape with a flat base. It signified both cyclical eternity and protection. The cartouche, in which kings and sometimes gods whose names are placed inside, is a specialized form of the Shem. Now the coffin lies on a bier. Right here, this lies on a bier. Okay? With a lion's head and tail. Now, a type of bed which may be associated with embalming and has many significant hieroglyphic terms or words used for embalming or mummification or even burial, and a sarcophagus as well. The bed is flanked by 2 lamps on stands placed at its head and foot. The burial ceremony in chapter 1 of plate 5, and the opening of the mouth ceremony in chapter 23 of plate 16, and the present vignettes are the only occasions that the corpse of the deceased is depicted in any form in this papyrus. So you could see it here, this type of form. Besides being basically Ani standing up like that, he is depicted in this way. Normally, Ani appears as if he were alive and functioning, and exactly as he did on earth, like I showed you over here. But now he is lain deceased. Now the scene and the text present one of the most important moments in an individual's after-death existence. The reunion of the spirit and the physical body marks the moment after which the corpse of the deceased will be completely reawakened. So the connection. The next vignette accompanies chapter 91. So starting from over here, we go right over to 91. This scene is a simple one, showing Ani's ba in the form of a human-headed, right here, human-headed bird outside a doorway. The purpose of this chapter is to ensure that the ba of the deceased will be able to move about freely in the god's domain. According to the text, which is below, the chapter applies the ankh and the ba and the shadow of the deceased. The reference to going forth in the rubric means that the deceased will be able not only to move freely in the beyond, but to enter the world temporarily and return afterwards. Although the Book of the Dead focuses on the god's domain and that of the duat, the afterlife, it was important that the spirit of the deceased should be able to move back and forth, to go forth by day into this world as well. So that's what they did, and that was what was important, and the reason why there were false doors, to be able to move in and out. And when they had the coffin texts, they used the eyes on the coffin text to move in and out. Finally, there are many variations of the vignette in other papyri, yet the underlying theme is fairly constant. In fact, it is essentially a continuation of the subject matter of the previous chapter, chapter 91. So, continuation from here. All right, continuing. Both chapters aim at ensuring deceased free movement in the next world and to extend the movement into this world as well. In the various versions of this vignette, and in other papyri, the deceased is shown emerging from the tomb either as a ba, as a black, wraith-like shadow, or as a normal human. So either a ba, a black wraith-like shadow, or a normal human. In Ani's Book of the Dead, he is shown twice, once on each side of the door, You can see here. One on each side of the door. Since his ba accompanies him on the right side of the scene, at that point, Ani has passed from the beyond and is emerging from either the door of the west or the door of his tomb. The vignette in this papyrus clearly illustrates the desired result of chapter 92. Ani has gained power over his legs again and is going forth by day, using the phrase which is the Book of the Dead's title in Egyptian, going forth by day. So you can see that moving. So that's pretty much the explanation for the plate. Let's go ahead and start reading the hieroglyphs so you understand what is being said here in these chapters. So let's do that right now. All right, welcome back, everybody. So right now we're going to do the reading. So it starts here. Chapter of letting the soul rejoin his corpse in the god's domain. Word spoken by the Osiris Ani. So you can see here the soul rejoining the corpse. So this is the description of what's happening in this picture. O you who bring, O you this herdsman who runs, you who are in his booth, these two together are booth, the great God. All right, continuing here. Let my soul come to me from anywhere it is. As for you who bring to me my soul from any place it is delayed. Now continuing here. You will find the eye of Horus standing up thus against you of it in any way. O you Osirians, if you do not sleep, then I, which of course it's here, the Osiris Ani, this is a bit mixed up here. They combine this in the middle to fill it in, so it's a filler. So if you do not, so this is not sleep, then basically Ani will not sleep. And this sleep word continues here in this column, sleep. They just simply put in the Osiris Ani vindicated sleep. So it's a bit of the text being filled in because it's of commercialization. So sleep in Heliopolis, the land of thousands of abodes. Thereby my soul shall be taken, past tense, to me, and my spirit, which is vindicated, with or together with it, from any place it is. Come for my soul, O you wardens of the sky. If you delay, which is over here, delayed continues, letting my soul see my corpse, you will find the eye of Horus standing up thus against you in its way. O you gods who are dragged or pulled in the bark of the Lord of millions of years. So millions is the number, but usually it's read as millions of years. You who bring, or you who bring the upper sky to the duat, and who drive away the lower sky, who let the souls draw near to the noble dead. May your hands be filled with your ropes, and may your grip be with your harpoons, and may you remove the enemy. Now you can see here there's a snake and he has knives cutting him so as to not make the snake come alive. This is pretty standard practice for the magic. And the sacred bark will be joyful, and the great God will proceed in peace. For if you allow this soul to proceed forth or go forth of the Osiris Ani, vindicated before the gods, vindicated, while your buttocks, which are in the eastern horizon of the sky, for as to follow in peace to the place where it is of yesterday. Now this means you repeat twice again, so you say from the very top there, while your buttocks, which are in the eastern horizon of the sky, for as to follow in peace to the place where it is of yesterday. So that's repeated twice. That's when you see that there. Before the west. May it see its corpse. May it rest upon its mummy, while it will not be destroyed, while it will not perish. To be said forever, words spoken by, over or upon the 𝓤 of gold filled with in semi-precious stone or stones, and laid upon the man his breast, the Osiris. Now they should have continued this with the Osiris scribe Ani like they did over here, but they just ended with Osiris, so we know this is Ani. So it's basically saying, if this is an interesting little text, it says that when you say all this text here, you have to basically lay gold filled with semi-precious stones on the corpse of this person when you say this type of offering. So a part of the ritual here you can see being done. So now we move to the next chapter over here. This says, chapter of not this restraining the soul of a man in the God's domain, word spoken by the Osiris Ani. O you who are on high, so those who are the highest, he is worshipped, or this is worshipped. Now his power is great. Now you could see here, this was another mistake. The chapter continues and there's a column division here. This orange line should have actually been before, but I guess they were writing in, remember, the opposite direction. So they're writing this way going that way, which makes mistakes. So continuing from here. Ram, greatly majestic. The dread of him is put upon or on the gods. You appear upon his great throne. He shall make a way for my soul and for my spirit and for the Osiris Ani. I am, this is combined with it, I am an equipped person, for I am an equipped spirit. Make a way, or make for me a way to the place where Re and Hathor are. As for him who knows this chapter, there he shall become into an equipped spirit in the God's domain. He shall not be imprisoned at any gate of the west, whether coming and going. So it's coming, you see the opposite legs, coming and going. A true matter. All right, now, so we're continuing to the next chapter, which is the final one. And this one here, it basically speaks of the soul or the ba and the shadow. So the shadow was important. There was a ba, there was a shadow, and there was a person. So in the afterlife, so when the person, the deceased, rises, he either becomes the ba, the shadow, or the person. So here we go. Says it right there. This describes it there. The chapter for opening up the funerary place or the tomb of the ba and of the shadow, so it can go forth in the day and may it have power in this leg or its legs. Word spoken by the Osiris scribe Ani, vindicated. Continuing here, opening the sanctuary and closing it shut, or sealing it shut or closed. O you who sleep, open the sanctuary for the Ba which is in it, the eye of Horus. Save me, establish me. This continues insignia on the horns of Re. O far strider, whose legs extend, make this great way for me. And this continues EU, it's not pronounced, just for the new sentence. My flesh is made prosperous, successful, one of those two words. I am the Horus, who protects the father, who brought the Wereret crown with his staff. Open a way for the souls. This is EU, it introduces a smaller new sentence here. And my, or this, my soul. May he see the great God who is within the bark of the souls of Re, and EU again not pronounced, and my soul, which means it's included. Continuing over here, EU, which is a new sentence, which is examined in the beginning, in the reckoning of years. Remove me, my soul, the eye of Horus, of my fixed ornaments. On the crown or headdress of Re, when the dusk is upon your sight, which is in you wardens of Osiris. Do not you imprison my soul. Do not you restrain my shade. Open a way for my soul and for my shade, so that it may see the great God within the shrine on the day of examining the souls. May it, or he, or it speak repeatedly to Osiris. O you whose seats are hidden, wardens of the limbs of Osiris, who hold back the souls, who close up or shut up the sealed spirits of the dead and this dead. And you who do harm to me, shall not you do harm or do harm to me. Go far away from me, for your hearts right here, plural, or souls, with you as my soul. It's a little confusing, this sentence, but it's pretty much telling the spirits to go away like his heart would ask them to go away, or his soul would ask them to go away. Equipped spirit, this you lead. I am sitting as the greatest of foremost, and of the foremost head. Oh, I did not restrain you. The wardens of the limbs of Osiris, you who hold back the seated souls, and of the shades of the dead, and this dead, which means Ani. By this, may you grasp by the sky. As to the one who knows this chapter, he, or you, therefore, he shall go forth in the day, and his ba shall not be restrained. And that is the end of the chapter for this particular section and the completion of plate 17. So I hope you enjoyed. Please stay tuned. We're going to jump next to plate 18. I'm going to post that a bit later or at another time. If you enjoy, again, please like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. Thank you very much.